What is happening, guys? Welcome back to Redbeard's Garage, and today's video we're showing you Protolite's full front end and rear suspension kits that you can get on protolite.com. Links will be in the video's description. So Protolite contacted us a few years ago, and we end up getting the whole setup to do a video, and it's finally time to do that video. You're getting it all, on it's a lot.
I'm getting it.
Okay.
I ain't got it.
So the front end does look like a limp noodle, but that's because it's not attached to a frame. We do have it bolted up, and he has full billet hubs. You can get several different size lug patterns. Has super thick, the thickest rotors you've seen this side of Dixon. And I've got everything powder coated black other than the weldable parts. But it's a really sweet setup. I don't know what the travel is on, what the travel capabilities is. It'll be on screen. And the wheel width, like what this setup will give you once it's installed. But we went with an RPM gearbox. This Haas is about $3,000 for this gearbox right here, but it can handle like 300 horsepower, something crazy like that. We went, obviously you can tell this huge shaft on the side of it. His system is not made for CVTs because most people are running crotch rocket engines, and that's what this is kind of set up. If you're building a chassis, don't want to build a rear suspension and front suspension, you would buy something like this. What I was saying about the gearbox is we got this long shaft on it, and now we don't even need this actually. So we didn't know his kits wasn't for CVT, it was for crotch rocket. So what we're going to end up doing is cutting this down, re-threading it and everything, and running a jack shaft to a CVT, because we're running a 3-cylinder snowmobile engine that makes 150 horsepower. It's going to be a Haas. And we're running it on a rail buggy. We're going to show you that at the end of this video. But everything bolted, like we had no problems other than the powder coater that we got this kit pre-powder coated. Whoever powder coated this did not tape up the threads, and it was a nightmare. We had to tap every one of them and it sucked. But other than that, we had no problems. If you buy the full kit like this, it will come with Willwood calipers. If you notice, we've been using these on our builds here lately because they're really inexpensive for such a high quality dual piston caliper. These push from both sides. Instead of a lot of go-kart brakes and stuff only pushing from one side, and the other side is like a drag system, these are dual piston. So you have one on the rear diff and of course one on each knuckle. But super sick. The shock mounts here on the rear spindle, so you use gas shocks, would be the best, Fox gas shocks. It would be the best setup for this. But again, you can see, if you come over here, you can see the wheel hub has a bunch of different lug patterns. You just got to tack them basically, or you could put bolts in and weld them. I think he's tapped them, yeah, and just ran grade 8 bolts. But super sick setup. Now we may be widening the A-arms, like building all new A-arms and using these for a different project, because a rail buggy normally has a real wide stance to it. We might have to adapt. That's the only thing we might have to do. But if you remember when we did the, what was it, the Yerf Dog? No, 999, we copied his design of this little cradle here, and we said we would show you guys on a later video. That is it. That's why this thing is just laying flat. It's like because nothing is holding it up to support it. But really nice knuckles and everything. Like, it's super nice kit. I think this company has been in business, Protolite, for probably 20 years, maybe even more. But super nice guy. If you have any questions about any of these parts, you can contact Protolite. He'll get on the phone call with you if you need any help with it, and super high quality stuff, and it's made right here in America, so that's a big thing. They're made in-house. He gets everything laser cut, and then he welds everything up in jigs. So again, super cool guy to check out. So we also have over there, take a shot of that, that's their jack shaft cradle. So if you don't want to spend the $3,000 on an RPM gearbox, you can go with something like this. And this is a live axle setup. This is just a straight axle, still uses of course CVs. And then if you look in front of it, we have a GSXR 600 motor that is fuel injection. It's out of an 08 bike. That is going to go on this on a project outside very soon. Just because we got this originally, because we didn't want to buy a gearbox, but then we kind of moved plans and we're going to use that on a rail buggy for the guy that powder coats our chassis. So he decided to do a snowmobile engine, so that's why we had to do a little swapping out. But again, super clean, awesome stuff. So make sure to contact them. Now let's head down to Tellico, Tennessee, see this old rail buggy. We'll meet you on the flippity flop. So this is the rail buggy. It's camoed in there. that front suspension, I think this is real narrow. I didn't think it was this narrow.
I think it's going to do.
We cut these bars out here, get rid of those completely, and I'll build a box in there.
That's what I was thinking.
That cuts, like we'll leave this tube here, but cut some of this out. Don't you cut it out unless it's rusted.
Right.
Because I don't know what we can leave and what we can't.
Yep.
What year is this? It's probably old, isn't it?
It's old. Yeah.
Yeah, that suspension will work.
Yeah, I think it'll work fine, and the rear suspension is going to be about the right width too.
Yeah. So what's going on
this?
this?
Keep it real lightweight.
Yeah.
Got a, I think it's a Indy 700.
Three-cylinder?
3-cylinder, 2-stroke.
Snowmobile engine.
Yeah.
No reverse?
Yes, reverse gearbox.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got the RPM. It's been a while since we filmed.
Yeah.
But we'll be cutting out like these. All this mounts back here will be gone.
Yep.
He's going to sandblast it. That's what he's got, sandblast and powder coat for me. So there's some lower rails where it's been sitting that's rusted. This thing's so simple. We could rebuild the whole. Yeah, it weighs nothing. Oh yeah. So
all these take out.
The tube for the most part's pretty 60.
Yeah.
We cut out all the bottom rails.
Yep. Cut out the bottom rail and replace it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work out real nice. So that's what he's going to get it sandblasted and then drop it off at our place in a month or so, and then we can start get the front end put on first to get the width. What size tires do you think, like 26s or 30s?
I would think 30, 32.
Okay.
In there.
So we need about a 10-to-1 gearing ratio ish, maybe something around that. You seeing this? Oh, you got a mosquito farm going on?
Yeah.
Real nice.
Everybody needs one.
I was showing all this is only part of the stuff. This is just the overflow. This is back stock. All right, so there she is. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video on the Protolite front and rear suspension kits. If you're interested, of course, we linked the parts down below. Dude's super nice guy, and we've become friends over the years. We've had this kit for over a year, and we just was trying to think of what we wanted to use it on. We had one idea, but then our powder coater does so much work for us and stuff and gives us crazy good deals, and he's always riding with us. So people's been wanting us to do a rail buggy, and I thought this would be the perfect thing to do a rail buggy on. And he's wanting to use a snowmobile engine. The man buys so much stuff. It's an addiction. Seriously, I didn't even show you guys any of his collection. He has Odyssey 350s, 400s, like the Pilot 400s, crazy CR 500s. He has all kinds of stuff I didn't show you. I didn't want to go through all the stuff showing people. But so what he's going to do is cut the rusted frame rails out, sandblast it so it's ready. We're going to throw it on my fab table in a couple weeks. It's going to take about 3 weeks for him to get around to get time to sandblast and get everything cut out. Then we'll basically install the front and rear suspension here on the channel to show you guys how the kit installs. And we're going to use that CVT drive as a jack shaft so we can play with the gearing more, because his kit, we didn't know, for some reason I just expected it to work with the CVT setup, but it's not. It's for a chain drive setup. So if you're buying the kit, know that. And basically you would order the gearbox how you want it. You can tell Protolite you want to run a CVT on it or a chain. So like I said, we're going to buy another input shaft to the gearbox that's already shortened for like a sprocket, like you would have in the crotch rocket engine. So let us know what you think about this kit. And like I said, if you have any questions, the guy's super helpful. He'll talk with you. It's not like you're talking to a big company. It's basically like two guys that own this business, and they're making everything in-house. So make sure to contact him if you have any questions about it. And thank you, Protolite, for sponsoring this video, sending out this kit. People's been wanting us to build kits forever, and eventually we will, but right now we're just we don't have the time, and we need to really test our kits because we don't want to sell something without fully testing the exact kit we're selling. You got to think, every time we make an A-arm kit or a spindle, it's always one off for the buggy. So we need to get something down pat. So in the meantime, Protolite's a great company to work with, and so check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you, and God bless.